Can you imagine waking up one morning and realizing that you don't actually own the home that you thought you did, that you may be kicked out tomorrow, or that someone may foreclose upon it because the legal owner didn't make a payment or a tax payment? Can you imagine what that must feel like after having worked years, sometimes decades, to own a home when you actually don't have any rights to that home? Topeka Habitat for Humanity had been working on repair programming for a number of years. And during that time, we became abundantly aware of this issue where contract for deeds, often called installment purchase contracts, rent to owns, were being used in an exploitive manner. These tools are not always bad, but they are completely underregulated. And so we had been working with the Consumer Protection Financial Bureau, the State Bankers Association, the Realtors Association to try to figure out who governs these tools. And the answer was no one. And so it kept us up at night. As affordable housing providers, we wanted to find a solution. We began thinking, what can we do to help these members of our community that think they're homeowners, but aren't actually homeowners, that are at risk of losing their housing because of lack of tax payments by the registered owner, that are paying anywhere from 7 to 38% interest, that may be evicted one day, having paid double what the house is worth over time. How can we help them? And we went to the Community Foundation and I spoke with Marcia, and she didn't blink. She said, how can we help? And to have a partner like that is just simply astounding.
As the Community Foundation made a commitment to making progress around the social determinants of health, we learned about the tool of impact investing and adopted a policy around using 1% of our investable assets a year to be invested locally around projects that would make change for our neighbors who need the help the most. When we learned about the work of Habitat for Humanity around these contract for deeds that are predatory tools being used against the neighbors in our community, the Community Foundation was all in.
House to Home, which is our contract for deed purchasing program, would not be possible without a line of credit through this impact investing model. Topeka Habitat for Humanity is an affordable lender, and our new homes are mortgaged at zero interest. So we are not a money-making housing provider. And to be able to purchase these homes up front with the cash, with the investment, we needed to use this innovative tool to fund this innovative one-of-a-kind program. So we will take the line of credit and the investing model to purchase the homes, and then use the grant making to help staff the program, because we think it's going to be huge, and to help rehabilitate the properties so that they are energy efficient and affordable for the long run. We are the first Habitat that is offering a program of this kind, and many affordable housing providers across the nation are very interested in duplicating our model.
This project with Habitat for Humanity is a perfect example of a grassroots project making tangible difference in the lives of our neighbors that can be duplicated and will be duplicated in communities across our nation. We are so proud of their work, and we are excited to see the difference that this will make in our community. We hope that at a systematic and an environmental, at a policy level in both our community, state, and our nation, this tool that is being used for predatory purposes will have regulations around it, and that will no longer occur.
We are the ones that are creating the metrics, that are learning as we go so that other people don't have to learn from where we've grown from. We're doing all of the legwork so that we can make this successful, so that these instruments aren't used to exploit individuals across the nation. We really hope that once we start really getting traction with this program, that we not only create community awareness so that people are aware of their rights and responsibilities, both as an owner and as a purchaser, but that we can advocate for legislative change and policy in our communities so that these instruments are governed and not used to keep the very people that they intended to help in poverty and in housing instability.
While we realize not all contract for deeds are predatory in nature, some of them are. And that is why we're excited about making change with the work of the Habitat for Humanity in Topeka. We know that there are needs in our community that we cannot provide grant dollars for, that it will take investments in affordable housing and other issues to make the kind of change that we want to see. If you would like to learn more about that, we encourage you to reach out to us and let us share with you the information that we have about our impact investing program.